welcome back, everybody. Staying safe and social distancing doesn't have to put a damper on this year's turkey time. As we all know, technology has made it easier than ever to stay connected with family. So joining us this morning is Mike Wilson of Comcast Indiana with 5 tips to help you pull off a successful virtual holiday. Mike, good morning to you.
And good morning. Thank you.
Hey, good morning. I'm glad we're talking about this because you know what? This is a tough road to navigate, I think, for any of us, but it is definitely a reality right now. And a lot of people out there, Mike, wondering, are we going to have to do this? And it's not going to be the same, but how can I make it better to still feel that family enjoyment, right?
Yeah, and it actually puts an emphasis on different things, which we'll get into in just a second. But really, like the absolute first thing you need to do is make sure that you pick a proper platform for it. So there's a bunch of platforms out there. Zoom, you can use FaceTime like we're using right now. All acceptable. If you have a corporate family, then why not Microsoft Teams? There's a bunch of stuff out there for anybody to use. But I did just hear yesterday that Zoom is lifting the 40-minute window, and they're going to give people unlimited time. So it may be something to think about, and I think that's a great move on their part. So on Thanksgiving, they're going to lift that 40-minute window, which is kind of cool.
That's really great. And I love how you say number 2, you say consider planning your menu together or find a recipe that everybody can share. I think that's a brilliant idea because it really does bring everyone together. Maybe you're trying the same type of foods. Maybe you're all still enjoying Grandma's best casserole, something like that.
Yeah, absolutely. And so you're not relegated to the dining room either. So that's one of the things that I think you can do that can actually like emphasize something, even though it's in a virtual space, that there's things that you might talk about that you wouldn't otherwise talk about. But hey, let's make Grandma's stuffing together, or let's do this together. Like there's some cool things that you can do that really do highlight and emphasize some of the most important things about Thanksgiving.
Right, but I also say, with this next tip, Mike, one of the worst things that can happen is if you're all set up with Grandma's casserole, you're all ready to go, but then your signal strength is not good and you keep having trouble with them hearing and seeing you and vice versa.
Yeah, so it's important if for Xfinity customers or non-customers, you can go to speedtest.xfinity.com and check your speeds. But in my setup here, my dining room, I'm in my dining room right now, and it's between the router and me is a big stainless steel refrigerator, and that's bad for signals. And so there may be spots in the house that you think, oh, well, it's good over here. I always recommend these little guys, and I don't know if you can see that super well, but it's a network extender.
Okay.
Very small, just plug into the wall, and they extend your network, and this technology changes every day, too. So we actually have, this is the 1.0 version of our extenders, and there's a 2.0 that just came out, and that does a whole mesh network around your house. So you can get the network extenders, but make sure you're keeping up on the technology. If you've got those that are about 5 years old, they're not going to be necessarily as good as the newest and greatest.
Yeah, and along the lines of that, you also say think about external cameras and then microphones as well.
Yeah, so if you're really going for quality, I've got right back here, at the risk of turning this into like a Blair Witch Project video, you can see a tiny little camera behind me right here. It has its own stand.
Okay, yeah.
And so it actually gives a great picture. It's HD quality. That was about 200 and some odd bucks for that. So it is expensive, but it also comes with its own mount. It plugs right into my laptop via USB port, and so it's pretty low maintenance as far as that goes. And I also have right over here, I've got an external microphone that you may be able to see right there as well. If you're really feeling like high tech, and when you think about what a camcorder cost, 20 years ago, when you were a kid, it's times are a little bit different now, and you can really do a lot for the money. As far as making the presentation really nice.
Well, it might be a nice investment if you use, obviously, those outlets for more than just Thanksgiving, and then perhaps a nice Christmas present for someone else who does as well. Mike, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it. We'll put all that information on our website, indystyle.tv. Until next time, my friend, thank you so much.
Thank you.